people look at someone who's gone quiet and call it burnout, or depression, or laziness dressed up in better clothes. Sometimes it's none of those. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes someone has gotten so good at reading the room that they can't sit in it anymore. There's a moment, and you'll know if you've had it, where you're at some event, some dinner, some meeting, and you can predict every line before it's said. You know who's about to laugh too loud. You know who's about to drop a name. You know which compliment is being set up for which ask. And the strange thing isn't that you can see it. The strange thing is that nobody else seems to notice you can. You used to play the game. You played it well. Maybe you still do, technically. But somewhere between the third promotion and the fourth round of "we should grab coffee," something stopped switching on inside you. That something has a name in psychology. It's called reward prediction error. Your brain doesn't actually run on rewards. It runs on the gap between what it expected and what it got. The first promotion lit up the system because it was bigger than predicted. The second was smaller. By the fifth, your brain had the math. It stopped firing in advance. The dopamine that used to push you toward the thing. It just doesn't show up anymore. Not because you're broken, because you're calibrated. And here's the part nobody warns you about. Once that calibration happens, it doesn't reverse just because you want it to. You sit at the networking thing, holding a wine glass you haven't drunk from. You smile at the right times. You answer the question about what you're working on with the version of the answer that lands best. And inside, there's just quiet. Not sadness exactly. Something more like watching a movie you've already seen in a theater full of people seeing it for the first time and not wanting to ruin it for them. I don't know if I'm finding the right word for this. There isn't a clean one. Some people fill the quiet with cynicism. They become the person at the dinner who can't stop pointing out that everyone is performing. That's its own kind of trap. You're still inside the game, just playing a meta version of it. The ones I'm talking about don't do that. They just go softer. They show up less. They stop arguing with people who are still excited about the things that used to excite them. They learn that excitement is sacred, and you don't poke it just because you've lost yours. There's a Sunday afternoon I want you to picture. Someone closes a laptop after finishing something that would have been a victory 5 years ago. They don't celebrate. They don't even feel relief. They make tea. The kettle clicks off. They drink it. That's the whole scene. It's not depression. They aren't suffering. They're just done auditioning for a part they already got and found out wasn't worth getting. And look, this isn't an ending you can rush toward. People who try to skip ahead to "I'm above the game" without ever having played it, they're not the same as the ones who actually figured it out. The ones who figured it out aren't proud of it. If anything, they're a little wistful. They missed the version of themselves that thought the next thing was going to fix the previous thing. That person had a kind of energy you can't fake your way back into. So if you're somewhere in this, quieter than you used to be, less interested in winning rooms you used to want to walk into, not unhappy, but not exactly anything, you're probably not lost. You didn't lose ambition. You lost the illusion that made ambition feel like meaning. The game's still there. You just stopped needing to win it to know who you are.